official opening of tonight. That will happen in a moment. But just to get you settled in, it's what promises to be a truly groundbreaking night. I'd like to introduce you to a brilliant musical group. They are vintage-inspired. They are a trio of eclectic musical brilliance. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, or if you have a glass in your hands, just whoop and go crazy. For Belle Noire! Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Alex. I'll be your host this evening for what is the first annual Groucho Club comedy auction supporting Teenage Cancer Trust, powered by JokePit! And we are supporting Teenage Cancer Trust, which I'm sure you're aware is a wonderful charity. In case you don't know what they do, they are setting out to improve care and support for teenagers and young people who are suffering from cancer. 7 young people a day are diagnosed with some form of cancer, and this charity, this wonderful charity, has already built 27 specialist units in hospitals around the UK, and they can't do what they do without your generous support. So first of all, thank you guys for being here and supporting that charity. Give yourselves a round of applause. And we have a very special film to show you now before the comedy commences. It's directed by the BAFTA-winning director Shane Meadows, and if you want to turn and face a glowing plasma screen in the corner and take a look at this brilliant and moving film.
Someday my pain
how you can donate tonight. Who loves a raffle? Good. The other way you can donate money is the reason we are here. This is the first ever, potentially the last on how tonight goes, but right now, the first ever comedy auction in the world. Let me explain what's going to happen. We have 4 fantastic comedians who are going to be taking the stage this evening. We have the brilliant Janey Godley, who's going to be with us shortly. We have the wonderful Marc Dolan in the house. Brilliant. We have the hugely talented Matt Richardson with us this evening. And of course, the monumental Sean Locke will be taking the stage as well. Feel free to applaud that list. Yeah. These comedians are going to be bringing on stage with them a box. What is in that box? You don't know. I don't know. Only the comedians know. The comedians are going to be running their own auctions. How they choose to do that is up to them, but you could be walking away with something in a box. Yeah, breathe it in. All right, so that is what's going on. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen, for the first of those comedians? Put your hands together and raise the roof of the Gennaro room here at the Groucho for Marc Dolan!
Good evening, Groucho! This is what kids hear. Right, did you hear how tired that was? They're just lazy clapping from just being poor and tired. It's a toxic mix. I love my boys infinitely. They're very young. And it's funny, because when you've got kids, you do worry about the world you're bringing them into, because there's so much mad stuff, like these little things like this Malaysian Airlines thing where an aeroplane just goes missing. That scares the shit out of me, right? Obviously, they're desperate to find it, and they're frantically searching because it's a terrible tragedy. Obviously, they're desperate to find it. You do get the feeling if it was a Ryanair flight, everyone would be like, ah, well. We looked for 2 hours, they're gone. You know, it's like, it's really not, I mean, no one's going to miss, just a few Ryanair passengers, right? No one's going to miss the cabin crew, those people are dreadful. Already the human race is better now. Because I travel Ryanair and it's a horrific experience. Because, you know, you sit down on a Ryanair flight, I'm not making this up, you sit down, the first thing they do, they walk down the aisle trying to sell scratch cards, right? You see them, they go, do you want a scratch card? Like travelling Ryanair isn't already a massive fucking gamble. When the plane lands, you get this crazy tannoy music comes on, this mad jingle. This crazy fanfare. I think that's just because they're amazed, like, as a company. You can't believe we've landed. We're all still alive. Fuck! We made it! Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to stand here for 2 hours because you're the most gorgeous, amazing audience ever, but I've got a job of work, which is to raise some money for this amazing, incredible cause. Everyone's got a box. This is, the box says Marc Dolan in a box, which doesn't really pertain to what's in it, but what's in it is this, which is... my Ray-Bans. Oh, I see. I'm not supposed to say. Is that it? It's good that I've completely misunderstood the whole... This is hilarious. So you don't say what's in the box? No! Why didn't anyone tell me that? So what I've done is I've started the night by completely fucking everything up. But hopefully we'll achieve the same end result, which is a value of considerableness for my Ray-Bans. So what I'll do is first, I'm going to take a very beautiful lady. You're very beautiful. Would you mind coming on stage to model these and how they would look on a lady, please?
See through them.
Okay, so you'll be perfect. They've got maybe it's a prescription. Okay, what's your name? Brooke. So you can have a look at Brooke. There we are. Isn't that beautiful?
250, Vince is 250. Any more on 250? 250, anything more? Anything
300,
more?
anyone? 300?
250. Vince got class 250.
Are you ready for a little bit of music before we bring on our next comedian auctioneer? Of course you are, ladies and gentlemen, go wild and crazy for a brilliant, award-winning musical double act. It's Hill and Weedon!
This one's about love, guys. Love, enjoy, hop on board, have fun. I see you standing in the sunlight in a meadow, full of grace, full of class. You turn to face me with your mouth full of grass. Your vision, a vision in the sun. Brown hair, blue eyes, red lips, black hooves. shit. 1, 2, 3. What? I like the way you clip clop. Tell me about your horse box. Man, let me take those blinkers off. Wanna get up in your blind spot. What? Same day, but you eat hay all this every day. So let's pop on that my way. Never what do you say? Ain't that shit great? Let's this. Stand tall, lady. Pretty baby. You're the perfect mix. A woman and a horse. Stand tall, lady. I wanna risk it. I'll be so be my fire. And you can be sea biscuits and tall, lady. You're looking stuck, yeah. I wanna take you by the reins and ride you like a jockey, Central Lady. Oh, your bottom half's a horse, but your top half, oh, your top half is also a horse. Central Lady, you might just be a horse. Thank you.
Are you ready for your next comedians that's auctioned in this evening? That's more like it. This woman is truly fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, raise the roof of the Gennaro room for the brilliant Janey Godley.
I am from the East End of Glasgow. I'm from a place where the Catholics hate the Protestants hate the Catholics. Occasionally a brown person turned up and took the heat off everybody. It's Glasgow, we're happy with it. So yeah, I've been married a long time. My husband's got Asperger's syndrome. It's not the good Asperger's where he can look at London and draw it with a pen and sell it in the Saatchi Gallery for a wee joke. It's not that kind of Asperger's. It's the kind of Asperger's where if I touch a towel, he turns into that guy who's sleeping with the enemy and I've got to fake my own death. He's like, did you touch a towel? I'm like, calm down. Did you touch a towel? My daughter's like, Mum, I can't believe you married him. I went, hey, I just had sex with him. You've got his creepy DNA. So I've only got one child, as I say, because I don't breed that good. I'm like the pandas. We have 2 pandas in Edinburgh Zoo. They cost £700,000 a year to keep the 2 pandas. We have 1 in 5 children living in Glasgow in poverty, but the pandas have got a fucking awesome house. Don't worry about the pandas. I hate the pandas, because the pandas are rubbish. The pandas can't even have sex with each other. The pandas are just big and fat and stoned, and if I want to see 2 fat stoned people sucking up my taxpayers' money, I'll go visit my family. And the pandas can't have children. It's unusual in Scotland to see something with 2 black eyes and no kids. In this box, hang on, I'll check. Oh yeah, it is. In this box is something I created, and it's mine. And there's 2 things in the box. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but honest to God, they are unbelievable. You will never, and I literally mean this, ever get this anywhere else. And it's not herpes, so you can calm down. So you're going to start the bidding at £50 because I came all the way from Glasgow to do that, and it hasn't even covered the train fare yet.
£50 over there.
£50 over there. We need to beat Mark and his shitty. I found glasses. No, $100. Hang on. In this box, spelling. In this box is also a unique experience. There's an experience in this box, not just a thing. There's an experience, and I take you on this trip. Yay! You're going to visit my junkie uncle in prison in Glasgow. Who hasn't been to Berlin and wore a mask?
100.
250.
250.
250. 300, and I'll throw something else
300
in.
the next one.
Oh God, all right.
Yeah!
300.
There's a day at the Edinburgh Fringe to see any show you want, and I'll accompany you through the Edinburgh Fringe. You'll come and see my show. I'll get you drunk and a punch at Carrot Corn's vagina. It does say no travel and accommodation included. Yes, so if you come to Edinburgh, I'll fucking take you in. And you get a t-shirt. My t-shirt. And my autobiography that became a bestseller called Handstands in the Dark. Shall I read you a wee bit about it? No, I really shouldn't I?
Handstands in the dark.
It's basically all about my life. I was a wee girl growing up in Glasgow. I had a difficult life. My mammy got murdered. I married into a gangster family. I got put in prison for guns. Then became a comedian. Who knew?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's here again for the wonderful Janey Godley. established the rules of a comedy auction, and with that in mind, are you ready for your next comedian/auctioneer this evening? It gives me great pleasure to introduce this guy. He's absolutely fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, go crazy for the truly brilliant Matt Richardson.
It's one thing, I like living with my parents. My mum and dad are quite embarrassing people though. They're like, and like my dad's like proper slick, like he's a proper like lad. He's like you, like good looking, kind of like proper lad, like confident, like, and he's like a proper hit with the ladies, right? Like he's not like me. I'm quite like emotionally awkward and weird. Like my dad claims at 17 years old he slept with a Playboy bunny, which I thought was bullshit. So he went for an STI test, and it turned out he had myxomatosis. And it's frustrating because I've got a girlfriend, like proper like washed up, you know. Like I've got a girlfriend. It's good. I like it though, right? But I'm not a very romantic person. Are you single or are you in a relationship? In a relationship. How long have you been in your relationship for? 3 years. Fantastic. 3. How many? Is it her? Congratulations. I mean, you must be from Money. She's phenomenal. You've got a big cock. Fantastic. There's a big cock involved, but it's not yours, it's you. You're a legend, right? But is he romantic? Is he a romantic boyfriend? He used to be. He used to be. Fantastic. Why did he stop? What happened? You've been together 3 years and you're done? 8 years? How old was she when you married her? Like 12? Jesus. Are you the next? That's basically me going, I am next for you, Tree. But I'm not a romantic boyfriend. Like, what's the most romantic thing he's ever done for you? He flew you to Saint-Tropez and lit candles in the hotel room. You weren't seeing each other then? Oh, you were still a mistress. Wonderful. Because I'm not right. My girlfriend wants me to be romantic, like constantly at me to say romantic things or do romantic things and show her that I love her, which I can't do, right? I really struggle with that. I do love her, you know. I would die for her. I mean, I wouldn't take a bullet for her, but I would, you know, reply to her text while driving. And all the time she's trying to make this happen. Like once, an example, we were sat together watching a film, right? We were watching The Notebook, right? We sat watching The Notebook. I even cried at the end, ladies, because I'm never getting those 2 hours back. And we sat there watching it, right? And inspired by this romantic film, she turned to me and she went, Matt, and I went, yeah, what's up? And she went, tell me something that you've never told anyone else before, right? And she's expecting me to turn back and say something romantic, profound, and beautiful. But I don't have any secrets like that. All my secrets are disgusting and awful, right? So in her head, I'm going to turn around and go, okay, fine. So I was travelling by myself in Thailand, and one night I was walking along the beach alone, and I looked out to the stars and to the sea, and I just thought, this moment could not get any more beautiful. And then it began to rain, and I just dropped onto my knees in tears, because in that moment, the beauty of nature made me realise the power of raw love. Right? Whereas really, the only thing I've never told anyone is I once had diarrhea so bad, I got out of bed and shat in my own hands, you know? So, I mean, I'm going to start bloody bidding on this box, I guess. A little preamble. I'm not going to tell you exactly what's in the box, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a description of the things that I put in. Like I said, like they all mean something loads to me. So there's a DVD that I signed, not mine. I don't have one out. Someone else's. I've got an item of clothing that I wore one night where I was 80% sure I could have had sex with one of the Pussycat Dolls, and some toiletries that I stole from here when I got laid once. So this is it. So like that's what it is, but it means loads. So it's weird giving it away.
We are here to raise money for the TCT, Teenage Cats Trust. So we're at 150, 200, at Vince 200, 350. Show them what they've won.
Show them what you've won, right, genuinely.
If it's shit, we will have a hit.
You will. So I've got Peter Kay's DVD that I've signed, because he was my stand-up hero, and then I met him and was disappointed. He was fine. These, the Ren products from upstairs when I once had sex with a girl. Believe it or not, girls, I know. And I wear loads of grey t-shirts. This is the grey t-shirt from the night I nearly pulled the
What a bargain for 350 quid on a shampoo and a video. Antiques fucking hell,
So, we have had quite a night so far. Are you ready for your headline comedian / auctioneer this evening? This guy, I don't know, I have to introduce him. He's a legend. He's absolutely fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, raise the roof off the Gennaro room here at the Groucho Club for this Teenage Cancer Trust comedy auction. It is the truly wonderful Mr. Sean Love!
Thank you. That's another welcome. Means a lot as well. And I'd just like to say it's lovely to be here at the World Background Noise Championships. Some of the country's finest hubbub artists working down there at the back of the room. Thank you. We couldn't do without your constant fucking nattering. They say the eyes are the windows of the soul, don't they? The eyes are the windows of the soul. And I was thinking about this, I thought, yeah, it's interesting, but what are windows? What are windows? What are they? You know, if eyes are the windows of the soul, what are windows? And to me, windows are the tits of the house. How often you've heard people go, oh, lovely windows? I don't mention the roof, walls, nothing. Oh, you've got lovely windows. Have you seen that window? Oh, they're lovely, aren't they? Lovely windows. And they're symmetrically either side of the house, aren't they? Like tits. Aren't they? And sometimes they've got a little balcony around them like a bra. So I say eyes are the tits of the face. That's what I say. And you'll all be saying it soon. You'll be going, yeah, eyes are the tits of the face, aren't they? But then when you think about it, what are tits? What are tits? What are they? To me, they're the knees of the chest, aren't they? They're like knees. They're like chest knees, aren't they? Up there, like two big knees, but they're on your chest. And then what are knees? They're the elbows of the leg. So I say eyes are the knees of... anyway. I think what I'm getting at is I don't like metaphors. Why can't you just say eyes, and that's enough? Everyone knows what you're fucking talking about. Go, eyes are the middle. No, just say eyes. I'm very inquiring. I think one of the things most people know about me is I have a very inquiring mind. You know, when people gather in groups to discuss me. And the other day, I went into a disabled toilet just to see what happens when you pull that thin red cord. I've always been curious. I've always wanted to know. And all I say is, if there are any disabled people in here tonight, a little bit of advice for you. You better really need help. Because the abuse you get. Oh, it's unbelievable. So you call this helping people, do you? It's very good. I always do a weird thing before I go into a disabled toilet. I don't know if you do. Most of you do this. Before I go into a disabled toilet, I always look up and down the corridor outside, and I roughly estimate what the chances are of someone in a wheelchair in that building leaving the toilet in the next 3 minutes. I go, well, I haven't seen any around. I'll risk it. You go in. No, it's optimistic, which is a good human quality to be optimistic, isn't it? You know? I mean, a really optimistic person would look down the corridor, see someone in a wheelchair coming towards him and go, he doesn't need the toilet. I'm going in. There's two types, another thing I want to talk about, there's two types of people in the world, aren't there? I think there's two types of people. You're right, there's two types. One type of person, right? One type of person who thinks that personalised number plates are fantastic, and the rest of us. I never understand why anyone's got a personalised number plate. What you've done now is you've given someone a name to add to the phrase "you cunt." That's what you've done. That's what you've done. Anyway, it was heading that way always. But I'm going to get a bit political. I do like to talk about issues from time to time. I do like to talk about important things. And one of the things I want to talk about, which affects me, and I'm sure affects many of you here tonight, is the obscene price of cinema food. It's something none of the political parties got the balls to tackle it. It's just ridiculous. I can't believe it. So I go to the cinema, it's just a joke. So I was being quite amusing the other day. I was at the cinema. I said to the woman in the kiosk, I said to her, blimey, I spent more on the food than I did on the tickets to see them film. Right? And I was quite amusing the way I said it. I was having a bit of banter with her. And I said, I spent more on the bloody food than I did on the ticket to see the film. She didn't laugh. Nothing, did she? Nothing. And I turned to the bloke behind me. I said, careful what you're spending there, mate. You'll be spending more on the bloody film. The food, then you will on the tickets to see the film. Nothing, he just looked at his shoes and walked home. I went over to my wife. I said, look how much I spent on the food. I spent more on the food than I did on the ticket to see the bloody film. And she went, we were hungry. So what's the matter with everybody? Why is everyone pretending this isn't going on? Everyone's living in denial. Just trying to speak the truth. No one's interested. Eventually, I got something off the usherette. I went to the usherette and I gave her the ticket. I said, I'll tell you what. I said, this should be free. That was built on the bloody food. And she went, yeah. And that was enough for me. I was happy with that. You take what you can, you know, and it was never going to be a winner. It was never going to get a big laugh off it, but the price of the food is obscene, isn't it? It is obscene, the price of the food. It's unbelievable. I mean, sometimes I take on 3 kids, and sometimes I take one of their friends. It's like you spent 20 quid on popcorn. £20 on popcorn. Do you know how much if you just bought popcorn, do you know how much fucking popcorn you can get for 20 quid? You could fill up the cinema to the roof. The cinema would be full of fucking popcorn, and you got for 20 quid. I'd like to understand, why do they have to ruin the cinema experience? You know, you're going to see a film, often an uplifting film, with a positive message about how family relationships are much more important than anything else, and your life can be sorted by just a slightly more positive attitude. And you come out there with a spring in your step, feeling better about the world. But no, just before you go in, we're going to fuck you up the arse. Just before you go in to pick up this positive message, we're just going to castrate you financially, just chop your balls off and shove them down your throat. And maybe some of you aren't as passionate about this subject as I am. I'm really picking that up in some areas. And I'll give you a tip. If I smuggle my own food in, I bring my own food in. I'll give you a tip. What I do is I wear a big false beard and I hide popcorn in it. It's just full of popcorn, and I just give it to my kids throughout the film. The other day, I smuggled a barbecue in disguised as a wheelchair. I dismantled it like an assassin's rifle. That was took it apart there. It's very clever. What I did was I put a blanket and sunglasses over a rack of lamb. I said it was my nana. You know? I'm sorry, I'm going to go in the cut. The whole bit's going to be about cinema food, because I just think it's outrageous. It's obscene what's going on. But I've got a theory, right? You know that I think the reason people litter in cinemas is also the price of the food. You know? I've got a theory, right? You know, because the litter in cinemas is incredible, isn't it? The litter. And people would never normally consider litter. Wouldn't even cross their mind. In a cinema, finish a drink, boom, some nachos, the lights come up. Basically, it's like a landfill site. Sometimes I get my money's worth. I drag a couple of old mattresses down there. And it's fine if you're watching a film like Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeakquel, you know. And by the way, very good film. You ever get a chance to see it, actually. It's amazing. Really good film. Because at the start of that film, you think there's no way this chipmunk group are going to win the band competition and save the high school. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You just go, hey, why are we even watching this? It's obviously going to be a disaster, because like Alvin wants a solo career. There's loads of arguments between the group. Half an hour before the band competition is about to start, 2 of them are fucking kidnapped. You think it's not going to happen? It's not. Why are we watching this? It's just going to be sad and disastrous. But I don't know. Somehow those 4 little fucking butt heroes, they pull together and they bloody do it. They do it. I came out of there, I was walking on sunshine. Anything is possible in life, you know? And in a film like that, it's fine, the litter and the stuff. But if you're watching like a tender, moving art film, beautifully constructed European art film, about quite a subtle but painful subject, maybe about 2 brothers who don't get on, they've never got on, you know, they're fundamentally opposed to each other in every way. They live very different lives, like one's a butcher, the other one's a vet, you know, subtle stuff like that. But they're forced to confront and deal with each other when their mother is dying. She's seriously ill, and they both move back in and are competing for caring for her. And eventually she dies, and they're sorting out, going through her stuff, and they're realising this is the last time they maybe ever see each other. Until they stumble across her designs for a talking car. Because no, that's part of the theme of the film. She suffered a lot in the 70s with chauvinism because she was a car designer, and it was very difficult to be a successful car designer in the 70s if you were a woman, and a lot of the most radical ideas in car design were completely dismissed because she was a woman. And they decided in her memory to build this talking car. We're going to build it for her. And they put aside all their differences, their hatreds, and they start working on the talking car. There's a lovely scene as they're getting all those bits together. And at that point, their dad, who abandoned them 35 years ago, he turns up with his boyfriend, a one-armed juggler from Pakistan. He's a one-armed juggler from Pakistan with a twitch, quite a pronounced twitch, which makes the juggling quite difficult. And he's got a foul-mouthed parrot as well, so it's quite a good character, a good part to play. And the parrot's just swearing, effing and blinding, fuck, shit, bollocks, wank, all the time. Most of the words he learnt while his master was learning to juggle. So they move back in, but the boys, they're working on the car and they don't see a lot of the dad. It's young love and they're at it hammer and tongs in the main bedroom. All very tastefully shot, you know, no close-ups, just like a glass of water quivering on a sideboard. Anyway, eventually they finish the talking car, right? They finish the talking car and they switch it on for the first time. And what do they hear? They hear their mother's voice, a joyous, full of satisfaction and pride. She's going, "You did it, boys. You built me. You made my dream come true, and you did it together. I'm so proud." But sadly, at that very, 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 tender moment, the parrot, fed up with the shit goings on upstairs, has flown down, perched on a radiator, and has observed the two boys hugging for the first time in their lives. And he goes, "Wankers, wankers, pair of wankers," because he's learnt all these bad words for juggling. I mentioned that earlier. I hope so. And I might have to put something in the film just to remind people. Anyway, their outburst of fury and grief, they grab the parrot and they're smashing its head on the radiator. And it's all slow-mo. It's all Anyway, the boyfriend upstairs hears the distressed squawks of his beloved parrot. He comes charging down and attacks the brothers with his one arm. Like that. So he's fighting. The thing is, it's a bloody good arm. It's one arm, but it's a good one. And he's got an erection, which is making it difficult as well. It does have an ending, trust me, it does. All right. And then the father comes down. What does he do? Does he help the sons who he abandoned 35 years ago, or his new lover? And being the coward he is, he jumps into the talking car of the woman he abandoned 35 years ago and drives off into the sunset with her going, "No, not you, anyone but you." And can you imagine a very tender, poignant moment like that? A box of nachos hits you in the face. Thank you. I think I've tested your patience quite enough. So we've got an auction now. We've got my box. I saw someone have a look in it earlier. Just went, oh.
We want to beat more than 350.
I hadn't put what was in there at that point. So if you are out there, what was in there? Well, there was nothing in there. There is something in there now. Just in case the words got out, there's nothing in his box. So I can feel the excitement. I think the way that I won you over with my cinema story has really galvanised your bids. But I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll match what anyone bids for it personally. But as long as there's no oligarchs in the room and they pay $1 billion, as long as there's no Russian oligarchs in, I'll match what anyone does.
Do you want to say 7, 8? Vince said 8.
Yeah, that'll do.
8. 8.
That's plenty.
Going once. Going twice. Vince at £800. And Sean's got a match.
Yes,
Thank you very much. Right.
Now for the bad news. No, what happened was, there is something. But what happened was I didn't bring it with me, but it does exist, doesn't it, Bernie?
It does, it really.
Now what I thought I'd do is
His box exists.
I've made many DVDs over the years, which is another way of saying I've got loads of DVDs knocking about at home. But what I thought I'd do is I'd personally sign them in any way. You can make me write anything you want on them. You can make me write Sean Locke votes UKIP. You can put anything. There's 4 of them. Stop looking that impressed. And I can put any messages you want.
That's Sean Locke, everyone. Right. I'm going to hand you over to Alex.
Before we commence,
Can we get the person with the raffle prizes down, please?
ladies and gentlemen, give it up to the man who organised tonight. It's Kane.
Right, what would you like to do first? Could we pick a ticket out?
Right, I
Oh,
can
no, let's do the prize first so they know what they're winning.
They're going to be winning.
I'm excited to get my hand in a bucket. Come on.
Okay, first of all, it's for the watch. You are going to win a watch. Janey?
Here we go. I'm having a rumble. Look at you, you dirty old bastard. It's yellow 134.
Yellow 134.
Yellow 134. Come on, have a look. Yellow 134. It doesn't last very long. I'm not very good at this. I'll pick another one. 134. Who has yellow 134?
Oh, wait, we need to determine the rules. If they're not here, are we keeping it?
I make the rules. We're Scottish and independent.
Okay, your next prize this evening, ladies and gentlemen, is for Yves Saint Laurent. No, it's not.
Jesus.
Keels, it's for Keels.
Right, this is...
Merchandise.
Yeah, you can get it at the Lidl. Okay, here we go.
109.
109, going once, 109. Yay!
No.
It's my own merchandise.
Oh, sorry, it's not at the Lidl. Is that mine? Thank you.
We are having a 3-minute interval. It's not a real interval, but if you really need to tell it going out, we have our fantastic headline band on in a moment. Please make some noise for the truly fantastic vocal stylings of Mr. Matt Herbert!
Your love is taking over me. Oh, sparks ignite when I walk past your window. Please tell me if this is meant to be. Oh, cause love's your ride. Say goodbye to sorrow. Let love not forget. Forgive not regret. We both are learning now. The excitement is real. I know how you feel. When my heart is racing, I couldn't stop it if I wanted to. Oh, but love is taking over. Love is taking over. Love is taking over, taking over me. Love is taking over. Love is taking over. Love is taking over, taking over me. Hey, a dream was sold to you and me. Oh, we carved our names into a dream. Walked hand in hand through London Street. Ooh, I felt alive, and you felt free. We passed every